Hello everyone. My topic for today is Introduction to Digital Forensics. Let me start this small webinar by introducing me. My name is Karan Mahajan and I am an intern at VIH Group. Let us start with the topics that we will be discussing today. Firstly, we will be discussing about the introduction of the digital forensics, and the history of digital forensics, then process of digital forensics, and types of digital forensics, and then the challenges that are faced by the digital in the digital forensics by the investigators. And then lastly, we will be discussing the certification. So let's start with the first. What is the digital forensics? Digital forensics is a branch of the forensic science that focused on identifying, acquiring, processing, analyzing, and reporting on the data stored electronically. This report can be used by police and other law enforcement agencies in the court of law against the criminals. Digital forensics helps the forensic team to analyze, inspect, identify, and preserve the digital evidences residing on various types of electronic devices like mobile, laptop, hard disk, etc. History of for digital forensics. We can trace back the footprint of digital forensics way back from 1915, but these are some of the major events in digital forensics. In 1932, the FBI has set up a lab to offer forensic services to all the field agents and other law authorities across the US. In 1978, the first computer crime was recognized in Florida Computer Crime Act. In 1992, the term computer forensics was used in academic literature. In 1995, International Organization on Computer Evidences (IOCE) was formed. In 2000, first FBI Regional Computer Laboratory was established. In 2002, Scientific Working Group of on Digital Evidences (SWGDE) published the first book about digital forensics called Best Practices on Computer Forensics. In 2002, Simmons identified issues facing digital investigation. The process of digital forensics. Digital forensics should be conducted in proper order for getting most of the digital evidences and not damaging the digital evidences, as it may contain and very important information regarding some criminal cases. So these are the steps the investigator should always follow. First, identifying the identifying the data, then collection of data, analyzing data, documentation, and prevention and presentation. Sorry, identifying the data. The first step of digital forensic is identification of the data. It is the most crucial step as the expert has to identify what data is important and what is not. As mobile phones and the computer technologies nowadays have massive storage, it is it makes this process very difficult and long. The identification process mainly include things like what evidence is present, where it is stored, lastly how it is stored, and that is what is the file format of this evidence. Electronically stored media can be computer, mobile servers, etc. Then the second step in this process is collection and prevention of the data. In this phase, data is isolated, secured, and preserved. It includes preventing people from using digital evidences and not tamper it. Prevention, preserving the digital evidences is very important and crucial. It is also the major step as we have to safely collect the data and prevent it from damaging. Analyzing of the data. Third step of the process is the analyzing of the data. In this step, the investigation agent construct fragments of data and draw conclusion based on the evidence found. However, it might be numerous illustration of examination to support the specific crime theory. The basic fundamental of this process is going through step 1 and 2 and get to the conclusion. And the fourth step of the process is documentation. In this process, the record of all the visible data must be created. It helps in recreating and crime, crime scenes and reviewing it. It includes the process of documentation of all digital evidences, digital uh, investigations, loopholes of the attack system, etc., so that the cases can be studied and analyzed in future. It can prevent. It can be presented in the court in the proper format. In this step, report is made, and each and every step of the process which has taken is written in it, like which software was used and so everything. Present presentation, and it is the last step of the process. In this step, the process of summarization and explanation of the conclusion is done. However, it should be written in layman term using abstracted terminology, as the as this step uh, is presented can be presented in the court of law, so the judge should be able to understand the terms. It should be in layman terms. Types of digital forensics. There are various types of digital forensics examinations. Each deals with specific abstract of information technologies. Some of the main include the following: disk forensics, network forensics, wireless forensics, database forensics, malware forensics, email forensics, and mobile phone forensics. Let us discuss them in details. Disk forensics. It the first type of digital forensics, the disk forensics. This tool it deals with the extracting data from stored media by searching active, modified, and deleted file. And disk forensics can be used to store media, can be used on stored media like hard disk, USB disk, FireWire devices, CD, DVD, flash drives, floppy disk, etc. Tools used for disk forensics: Autospy and encrypted data detector. These tools are easily available on internet as it is an open source tools. Forensics, network forensics. The network forensics is a sub branch of digital forensics relating to the monitoring and analyzing of the computer networks, traffic, or purpose of information gathering, legal evidences, or ill- intrusion detection. Network forensics is carried out on computer port and connected networks. Some of the tools used in network forensics are Wireshark, Network Miner, and Nmap. Most of the professional use Wireshark as it is much more much more function than Nmap. If people are not able to work with Nmap as it is beginner friendly, they can also use ZenMap. It is a graphical user interface of Nmap. Wireless forensics. Wireless forensics is a sub-discipline of network forensics. The main goal of wireless forensics is to provide methodology and tools required to collect, analyze wireless traffics the that can be presented as valid digital evidences in the court of law. Evidences collected can be correspond to plain data or with the broad uses of voice over internet protocol VoIP technologies, especially over wireless, can be include voice conversations. Most of the tools are same as network forensics and wireless forensics, but wireless forensics require wireless adapter for the investigation of wireless networks. Database forensics. It is the fourth type of forensics. It is a branch of digital forensics relating to the study of examination of database and their related metadata. Forensic study of relational database required a knowledge of standard used to encode data on computer disk. Tools used in database forensics are FTK Imager and FreeHex Editor Neo. They both in these tools they basically uh, uh, scan the database like MySQL and MongoDB. Malware forensics. It is the branch of forensics which deals with the identification of malicious code to study their payload, viruses, and worms, etc. This in it is a way to finding, analyzing, and investigation various properties of malware to seek out the culprit and reason of attack. The methods are in method also includes tasks like checking out malicious code, determining its entry, method of propagation, impact on system, ports it try to use, etc. Investigation, conduct forensics investigation using different technologies and tools. Some of the tools used in malware forensics are IDA, IDA Pro, What's Running, Process Explorer, Directory Monitor, Rex Scanner, Capsa Network Analyzer, and API Monitor. Next is email forensics. Email forensics is a so study of source and content of email as evidence to identify actual sender and recipient of the message, along with some other details such as date, time of transmission, and intention of sender. It involves investigation of metadata, port scanning, as well as keyword searching. It deals with recovery and analysis of email, including deleted email, calendar, and contacts. It is the most affected crime in the world as people around the globe get like thousands phishing mails every second. It is the most affected crime. Some of the tools for email forensics are Email Tracker Pro and Email Tracer. The last type of forensics which we will be discussing today is mobile phone forensic. It mainly deals with the examination and analysis of mobile devices. It helps to retrieve phone, SIM contacts, call logs, incoming and outgoing messages, MMS, audio, video, etc. Before using any tools on mobile, there are some steps we should be properly doing for better results in forensics. Physical acquisition. This is often commonly in foremost used method. It of crea- consists of creating a uniform replica of the first and uh, thereby preserving all the potential evidences. Logical acquisition. This consists in making a replica of the object stored in on the devices. And the third is file system acquisition. It enables all the visible files to be obtained through the filing system, which does not include deleted file or hidden partition. Counting on the sort of investigation, it is going to be sufficient to use this method, which is smaller amount of complex than physical acquisition. The list of tools for mobile forensics is AF Logic OSE. It it is one of the most demanding type of the forensics as mobile phones are getting popular day by day. Crime is on the higher side of the on the mobile as the money transfer has came on mobile came to mobile crime in it has just gone wild. There are some more tools in mobile forensics like open source Android forensics and driller and etc. Other tools. There are many tools in market nowadays, but which one to use is quite confusing. So Linux distro for security purpose has some of the best tool pre-installed in it. The OSs which can be used are Kali Linux, Parrot Security, Pento, Black Arch, and AskStrike. The user can also install this OS on virtual environment so that it do not affect their day-to-day task on Windows or Mac OS. There are many more OSs in the field, but above are some of the best distro. These OSs can be live booted on pen drive and can be used on the go for investigation or for forensic investigation on any computer. Challenges faced by digital forensics. The challenges of digital investigator is increasing day by day as the people are upgrading to the newer technology without sufficient knowledge about the cyber hygiene and risk of crime on the higher on the devices. Here are some major challenges faced by digital forensics investigator. The increase of PC and extensive use of internet access, easily available hacking tools, lack of physical evidences making prosecution difficult, large amount of storage space into terabyte that messes with the investigation, makes the job make the investigation job difficult. Any technologies change required an upgrade. People are not aware of cyber hygiene and proper electronic literature. Lastly, the certification that you can do to get into this field. The most famous one is CHFI, Computer Hacking Forensic Investigator. It is an EC Council certification. Then Certificate Forensic Certified Forensic Computer Examiner, then CSFA, Cyber Security Forensic Analyst, GCFA, and GCF certification, Professional Certification Investigation, PCI, Certified Computer Examiner, CCE, and Global Information and Assurance Certification, GIAC. Thank you very much for attending this small webinar. If you have any doubt, please feel free to comment below. I will try my best to answer your queries. Thank you.